Whoa, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Mornings with the Outlaw here on this lovely Friday morning in California, Los Angeles, California. I just finished doing a music video for the latest celebrity. It's not Imagine with John Lennon, it's something else. A lot going on in the world, a lot happening here in Los Angeles. Some of you may not know, but we got ourselves a little bit of a stay home order that was passed last night. Just as my girlfriend was coming home, we were watching the news, getting a little bit of the coronavirus update, everything that's happening there. And boom, they dropped this idea that the police have themselves an RV. We got ourselves a little bit of a situation with stay-at-home order. So we're supposed to stay at home till April 19th from this point forward, or from tonight at midnight forward, and only supposed to leave and not supposed to leave unless we're going to do essential things like go to the doctor, go to the grocery store, take a walk or a bike or a hike or anything like that. So that's what's going on in that situation there. So we're kind of dealing with the ramifications of all that. And I thought today with Mornings with the Outlaw, I don't know what's going on in your neck of the woods. I don't know how many of y'all are dealing with stuff there in your states. Some of you may be even chiming in from around the world, which I've seen, people chime in from Croatia and Poland, what have you. So if you're doing so, then please appreciate, this situation madly. So that kind of stuff, like, let me know what's going on. Let me know what's happening here in the world. Let me know what's going on with your world. So later on, after I talk about, Onward and the way back and maybe a couple other things, we're going to jump into a live Q&A. I want to bring you guys up into the chat with me. And let me hear what's going on with you. Let me hear what's going on in your world. Let me hear what you're doing to kind of adapt and improvise to what's to being essentially self-isolated. What movies are you watching? What are you planning to do? What are you planning to work on? Are you planning to work on your script? Are you planning to work on any number of things? Let me know in that way, and I'll be down to have conversations with you all about it. Let's say hi to everybody who is in the chat this morning. Sorry about that. Haskell 420, what's going on, man? Wiley Todd, hello. Andrew G, good morning. Ham Doggius, morning all. Hope you're all well and not going stir crazy. Yes, Jake Yakubetta, thank you, Jake. Appreciate you being in here moderating, my man. And please give Jake a shout out for that thumbnail. A pretty awesome thumbnail he dropped on the show this morning. Andy Burnett, what's going down? Riley Leston was talking about a relay stream. What day and night or what time works best for the people? And hey, why are people in here talking about other people's show? Let's focus on my show here, people. No disrespect, but let's focus on this show. That's what I'd like to do, to be honest with you. Let's see. Rickson Morris, what's going down, my man? Travis Earl, how are you? Vanja Kostiak, what's good, Outlaw? A few things, that's for sure. Chris Scorpio, what's going down, yo? How's it going? Let's see who else is coming up in here that I haven't said hi to just yet. Looks like the usual gang rolling through. I like that. I'm pretty happy to see that. Let's see. Do we have any new people who I haven't said hi to? Matthew Hasso, what's up, Matthew? Good. Thanks for chiming in from Houston, brother. Hope you are well. Travis Earl, hello. Keith Krabenhoff, good morning. Hey, good morning, Keith. How are you? Ronnie Padilla, what's going on, man? Miguel Angel Gomez. Hola, John. Espero que estás bien. I am good. Arriba el auto. Thank you so much. See that guy over there? Hello, welcome. Ali Eors, what's going down? We're not at lockdown level yet, but it's getting close. Yes, agreed. Jesse Lowe, what's up? Sorry, my voice is a little shaky. We slept in a little bit this morning because, just kind of dealing with everything. We stayed up late to kind of get up all the news and what have you. Zenoar, what's up? Your king returns. How's it going? Slen 182, morning. Facetious Christ. Yo. What's up? Cameron Hainsworth, how are you? Bro, I'm still working. Jesus. Well, let me know about that. Bradley Burnett, how are you? Adrian Bailey, what's down? Jake Iyer, hi. Ben Rayner, what's going on, dude? Amelia Marates, what's up? Travis Earl, I already said hi. Thomas Gladstone, what's up? Garth McMurray, what's up, my man? Good to see you. Real Talk with Silos. How's it going? PC, what's up, PC? Hi. Like when you did that on the Send Chat and Christian got mad. Oh, yeah, but that was different because that's that show's already going on, and I was plugging a show after. So there's a difference. Dan Layson, what's up? Elvis Garcia, JJ Winward, Horseman, what's up, man? Adrian Bailey, greetings from the UK. Yeah, how are you doing over there, Adrian? How's it going there in the UK? Let me know. Jake Iyer, Washington. Hey, man, tell me how's it going in that state? Kind of like ground zero for everything's been happening with the virus here in the country. Star Orbits agent, what's up? Samir Tesfai, good morning from Blackland. You got me there. You got me. Paco San Miguel. Oh, buenos dias de Mexico. Buenos dias, Paco. Lauren Denert's here from Australia. Australia. Thank you, Lauren. Wow, thanks for joining me here. Appreciate it. Zach Couch, how are you? He's watching from South Korea. See, the Outlaw Nation is global, man. It's the global. It's the outlaw world, yo. It's the outlaw world. You Wendling, what's up? Level 2 trading. Hey, people. He's playing some video games. Kanu Haku Fu Nico Robin _DB. Good to see you again, man. Teddy Faka, good morning. Just on day 3 of quarantine up here in Canada. Luckily, my work is taking care of us. Yes, that's good. That's absolutely good. Jake Iyer says it's a bit scary out there. It is initially. We're going to get through it. It's a little bit scary right now, but I think we're all going to have to figure out our plans, figure out what we're going to do and how we're going to adapt to this thing. I'm going to keep delivering and bringing you guys content. Hopefully you like the content and you'll patronize it and, give it some love. But that's my goal here as we do everything. Josh Guzman, what's going down, Joshua? Let's see. Corey Kenner, what's up? I'm coming to you from Virginia. Big fan, truly enjoying Mornings with the Outlaw. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate that. Had to drop it to 3 times a week. Had to Wednesday was a bit hairy. I couldn't do the show because I had to go to all these grocery stores and try to get stuff. So we were okay for the next week or so, or a week or two, just kind of getting on top of it. So there it is. Ridge Prinz coming in from Belgium. Good morning. How do you say good morning in Belgium? Let me know. Cameron Haynesworth is working for a mortgage company in Florida, but they are sending me to work from home on Tuesday. Thank God. Agreed. Jeremiah Fuertes, what's up, my man? Good to see you. You know me, just goofing around. I know, PC, I know. Haskell says he got his tax refund today. Good job, Haskell. Congratulations. Sojar 1999, yo, Rocha, UK still pillaging supermarket shelves here. Idiots. Yeah. Real talk with Silos. The panic of the people is what scares me more than the virus. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do the show today because I want to hear from you all. I want to talk everything out, make you all feel maybe a little bit better. Mornings with the Outlaw is about entertainment, is about all those things going on in the world of entertainment, film, television, what have you. But it's also about connecting with you all, and I've really enjoyed being able to do that through StreamYard, which is why I'm running through StreamYard today. So you're not going to see too many graphics or anything like that, other than, of course, the graphic that's right in front of you now with all my stuff down there. But there's not going to be a lot of pictures from movies I'm talking about, any of that kind of stuff. So at this point, that's what I want to do today. So I want to make this show today. Thank you. There's over 100 of you joining me live. I appreciate it very, very much. I'd love to get those likes up. We're at 48 likes. I'd love to get the likes up to 100 as quickly as we can. But yeah, so let's jump into things. And let me tell you before I jump into things, actually, as you see below, please follow me right there on social media, on Twitter, Instagram, at The Rocha Says. Of course, subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't yet. And I want to give a shout out to people who have over the last few hours. Big love to Josh Rhodes, Jimp BBLMK for subscribing. Sem Kirkiz subscribed. Balamk 100 subscribed. Benjamin Lander subscribed. And Ali Ors subscribed, who is in here now. Thank you, Ali. I appreciate it very, very much. Let me see here. And I wanted to let you all know as well that down here on the Streamlabs, see that address down there? No, this side. Down there, that second address there, streamlabs.com/John Rocha Says. Please, send in your Streamlabs, send in your super chats. This is my life now. Got to support and try to put the lights on, keep the lights on in this place and bring you content over and over again throughout the days and nights. There'll be more coming from the Outlaw Nation. As I said, I wasn't wrong about it. That Outlaw Nation show doing its thing, Game Time doing its thing, and the new Star Wars show is in process at this point. I'm going to call it I don't want to release the name of it until I put it up because I don't want someone to steal it or anything like that. But that's what I'm looking at doing, and we're already this morning dropped the Geek Buddies. We reviewed episodes 7 and 8 of Picard. So if you want to go and watch that after this is done, feel free. Or if you're a big pro wrestling fan, Aaron Turner and I on our show Strong Style, we reviewed Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon from WrestleMania 10. I enjoyed that episode. But today we're talking about right off the bat, this Onward situation and the way back situation. I've got a thing up here to kind of go through everything that's going down in the early release. So Disney is making Onward available for video on demand release, on the heels of all these other films that were dropping early, like Emma and The Invisible Man, The Hunt. Onward is now going to hit a digital release this week or today. Actually, it's tonight for purchase, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight. So 5 p.m. Pacific time. It will be available for purchase. Onward, Pixar's Onward, and then Disney Plus will drop it on April 3rd. That is such a quick turnaround for it to already be available on April 3rd on Disney Plus. You know, Frozen 2 was released a little bit early on Disney Plus, as well as was Rise of the Skywalker for on demand, at least. That was released a little early as well. So the fact that Onward is making this quick of a turnaround, I think it's a smart move overall for Disney because, once again, just as I said about those other films that were being released to video on demand early, that this film was already on the back end of its box office power. Yes, it was number one last weekend, but on one of the worst weekends we've ever had in the history of box office. You know, it was number one with like 10 million, 10.5 million, something like that, which is good to still be number one, but especially in the situation. However, it wasn't doing that well in the box office. It was received well, mostly by the fans and mostly by the critics, not all the critics, but for whatever reason, didn't quite connect with people. And I think this film can absolutely connect with people. And especially nowadays when you're going to be home quarantined with your family or self-isolated with your family, I think this is a good film to share with your family about family discovering each other, coming back together, overcoming struggles to find out the truth of what's going on in their world. And I think that's an important message nowadays for people to listen to and kind of adhere to. And of course, as people are getting back together in their homes and maybe rediscovering their friendships or rediscovering their family relationships or their own relationships, this film kind of speaks to that as well. This idea of either taking for granted what's in front of you or rediscovering a new way to appreciate the relationship you already have, whether it's with a family member or a friend or a significant other. You know, those are things that are here with Onward all throughout. And plus, it's a very funny film. It's a very sweet film. I like the animation in the film. You know, we did a review of it for the Geek Buddies. We really enjoyed it and found that a lot of people that we know enjoyed the movie overall. And so hopefully it'll find new life on video on demand for people who want to see a more current product out there rather than the stuff that's been out for a bit that's on any of the streaming services. So kudos to Disney. Sorry, Al. Kudos to Disney for making that happen. I love that they're going to put it on Disney Plus as well on April 3rd. That means I can watch it a couple more times as well because I've already seen it twice. So that's fun for me. Another, and let's move on to, let me see if I can find this over here. Another situation going on with a few films actually that are being released a little bit early. I want to see if I can get to what I want to get to here and get you all the titles for what's being released early to video on demand, because it isn't just the ones we just talked about. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so The Way Back is, from Warner Brothers, the one with Ben Affleck, the one I talked about numerous times. It's Ben Affleck is a former basketball star, returns to coaching a struggling high school team. It's going to be available now on digital on March 24th. That's right, March 24th, and it was released in theaters on March 6th. So that's pretty incredible. A 3-week turnaround already, or less than a 3-week turnaround, really, already being available. So what's today? Is it March? What's the date today? March. Let me see here. I never know sometimes what day it is because I'm working on. So March 20th. So March 20th. So this is next week. This is like what? 22. Next Tuesday. It'll be available next Tuesday. And for you people to download on digital. And I'm sure it'll be available on a streaming service even quickly after that. If Onward is the signal of what's to come, we might see these films go to streaming so much more quicker than normal, right? We talked about the theatrical window between the movie being released in the theaters and then a movie appearing for digital download, how that has now shrunk because of the coronavirus and theaters being closed down and things of that nature. Well, now that window between a film being available for you to get it on digital and on home release on Blu-ray or DVD or 4K, now that window to streaming is even closer, is even more shorter. So that kind of thing is something that the studios, I think, are just adapting to the situation, trying their best to recoup some profit. I don't think we'll see the big ones do this, which of course, maybe if you want to look for meaning here, they do see their smaller films or the films that aren't performing as well. They see this is a better way to go about trying to recoup some of that loss in this manner. Which the larger films, they're not going to do that because they really still are holding out hope about dropping those in the theaters and getting that money back in a big way. So another one is Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation. Oh boy, sorry. And the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn and marked the return of DC Comics villain Harley Quinn. This one got about 84 million, so less than 100 domestically here in the theaters, but it's going to be available on Tuesday as well for digital download and purchase and video on demand. So that's going to be for Birds of Prey. And I think that's another film that was a little bit unfairly vilified in the theaters. And you can go and discover it for yourself and see what you think. Do you like it? Do you think it's funny? Do you think it's good? Do you think it was a good Harley Quinn movie overall? Decide for yourself. Don't listen to critics. Download it, see what you think. And I'm sure that'll be available quickly to streaming as well at some point down the road here for that movie as well. Bloodshot's another one. Of course, I'm not going to speak about Bloodshot. I didn't go see Bloodshot. The trailers look terrible. The reviews certainly back that up. So I'm not one of those people that's going to tell you to go to download Bloodshot, but that's also coming out on Tuesday. It only earned 10 million before the theaters closed. And it tells a story, based on the comic book of Ray Garrison, who was resurrected with superpowers. Sony announced that it will rise on March 24th, just 12 days after it premiered in the theater. So even less than 2 weeks already, it is going to be out and available for digital download. Emma is already out there. We spoke about that. The Hunt is out there. The Invisible Man is out there for y'all to download and to watch. Also, if you're more of a religious person, you like these religious movies that come out, I Still Believe is going to be available on March 27th. So next Friday, that will be available for you to download. It's the true life story of Christian music star Jeremy Camp and his wife, who gets diagnosed with cancer. KJ Apa is in this film. Brett Robertson is in this film. Gary Sinise and Shania Twain. That's right, Shania Twain. Shania Twain is in this movie. So that is going to be available. Of course, the big one that was massive because it hasn't been released yet was Trolls World Tour. Universal is going to make that available digitally on April 10th. So next month, it will be available on digital for people to download. So there you go. Shout out to Universal. Frozen 2 is already out there. I'm going to watch that sometime this weekend. I didn't get a chance to watch that in theater, so I will watch that this weekend and hopefully enjoy it. Rise of Skywalker is out already for purchase and a video on demand. And Just Mercy, the Jamie Foxx film from Warner Brothers with Michael B. Jordan that opened on Christmas Day. That is also going to be available on Tuesday, March 24th for you to download early. So that's a positive. Overall, you're going to have content not just from the streaming services, but from a number of locations where you can get these films and download them and have a little fun with them and maybe share them with your family and do something that distracts you from some of the negative stuff going on in the world. I think that's a positive overall, to be honest with you, with everything that's going on and everything that's happening in our world and in our lives. It's good to have a little bit of variety of entertainment to keep our minds off of it. We're not going to have sports, it seems like. At this point, we're not going to have, the actual games going on. We're not going to have those, but we'll have this and we'll have entertainment, and that'll kind of keep us going for a little bit until we, go a little bit stir crazy. And that's why I like the order that you can take a walk, you can hike, you can ride your bike, you can jog, just avoid people while you're doing so, and maybe some of you will come up with workout at home videos. That's certainly possible. I'm definitely going to head out sometime later today to go get a set of weights somewhere at Big Five or Target or one of these sports stores that are still open until tonight. So I can have something to do while I'm here at the house. So definitely going to take a walk and whatever, an hour a day, and then work out. Some of you may have noticed if you watch old videos of the Schmodown, I've put on some pounds. And so I'd like to maybe use this opportunity to not only generate content that you all will enjoy, but also to work on myself a little bit physically, to get back into shape that I feel comfortable with. I know that I'm, 500 years old or 600 years old, depending who you talk to, but I still like to feel like I still got it and I'm still in shape. And I think this could be a good opportunity to do that. There's a lot of sadness and fear and negativity and I don't know, trepidation in the world right now with all of this as we're confronting it step by step, day by day. It seems to be going so fast, things are changing, but you got to find the silver lining as human beings. We have to find the silver lining of a way to overcome this stuff. And a way to overcome this stuff is like, okay, what can I do that will make me happy? What can I use this time to do to make, because there's nothing I can do about the virus. There's nothing I can do to stop it. There's nothing other than, like making sure I take care of myself, making sure I don't come in contact with other people, make sure I don't, spread it in any way, shape, or form, or get myself into a position to spread it, or have it spread on me. So other than taking care of yourself, or maybe in conjunction with taking care of yourself, you can also find new ways to take care of yourself emotionally and mentally. And that maybe is working on a project you'd been delaying. Maybe this is the time while you're home to work on other things. And hopefully most of you are getting paid to stay home, getting that sick leave or what have you. I hope all of you are having that situation. I got laid off in January. Everybody knows that. I'm on the unemployment. It's kind of scary doing what I can do, and hopefully generating this content and getting support from you all means a lot to me as well. So I'm doing everything I can to try to stay alive and stay in this world and do what I can do to keep creating and building the Outlaw Nation, and something people can turn to as a source of entertainment and a source of thought-provoking conversation as well, and makes them feel good. That's kind of the number one thing coming out of everything I do with Outlaw Nation, is for you to walk away from it feeling good, feeling happy, feel like you were entertained. That's kind of important. And also maybe in with certain certain episodes of my shows, maybe leave you thinking a little bit more about the situations in your life or the situations in your world, and hopefully giving you a better point of view on it, or a better perspective to look at it. So, all right, we've got some Streamlabs that have come through. So let me go through these right now before we jump into our Q&A. And maybe I should I should put that link up here in the chat, and maybe Jake Yacovetta and anyone else who's moderating the chat today can repost this for people. I definitely want to talk to you all. Let me put this in here. Paste. All right. That is the link. That is the link if you want to come and join and ask me questions. I'm going to go till 10 o'clock until I toss it to, SCN Live, I guess, to Christian, who is doing stuff, I think, with Sheridan today. So I will do that at this point and then toss it over there. So I'll be going till 10 o'clock this morning. After that, I got a busy day. After 10 o'clock, I'm going to finish up watching a film that I have to watch for the Cinephiles. Matt Nose and I are going to get together and record our top 10 over this situation here on StreamYard this way. We're going to drop that episode next week. And then after that, I'm recording a Cinephiles with Steve Morris. And then later, I'll be on Riley's Cantina with Mark Riley himself, talking some Star Wars stuff. So that's going to be fun in that way. So, all right, that's my schedule so far. But here, once again, I'm going to post it. Let's see, to come talk to me live on the chat. Here is the link, and I will put that up there. And Jake, if you don't mind copying and pasting it for anybody who maybe wants to come in, who doesn't mind morning hair, their own morning hair or whatever, I'm down. No judgment. No judgment. Let's have a fun conversation. All right, Anthony Persek. Thank you, Anthony. He donated. He said, Rocha, while I disagree with you on topics more than I agree, I respect you in the film industry as a whole and love everything you've done in the Schmodown. Thanks for everything you do, and I still look forward to that Logan commentary with Dennis. LOL. To be honest with you, I don't think that Logan commentary with Dennis is going to happen unless we do it remotely, and maybe we can. We'll see. I'm sure he's got restrictions from a certain somebody that he can't come on my stuff. We shall see how that goes on. Maybe I'll just do the Logan commentary myself. That might not be a bad idea as a little bit of an extra thing for people to enjoy. But thank you so much for the words, Anthony. And I appreciate you being one of these people that, look, I may not always agree with you, but I appreciate what you do. That's very kind of you to say. And I appreciate that compliment very much. Calvin Pano says, hey, John, big fan here. Since you're one of the few people I know that sometimes comments about Doctor Who, I'd like to know if you watched the last series. If so, what do you think? For me, I'm loving a female doctor, but hating the new showrunner. Yeah, Calvin, that seems to be the vibe. I tried to dip in this season, watch a couple episodes. Got to tell you, I was supremely bored. And I was upset about how bored I was, because I thoroughly love Jodie Whittaker as an actress. I've enjoyed her since Venus, that film Venus she did with Peter O'Toole. And I think Richard Griffiths is in that film. I thoroughly love that movie. I've always been a fan of hers. I enjoyed her in Broadchurch. I just saw her in the one of these shows that she does. She does a number of British television shows that I get to watch on the Acorn app or the BritBox app on the Roku. And I've enjoyed her work very much. So I was excited when she was named as the Doctor. That's for damn sure. But I was shocked to see how much the material and the showrunner and everything have not lived up to expectations and have not done the best they can with her. That team is annoying to me overall, even though I like the actors. The older actor, I remember him from Law & Order UK, always been a big fan of him. But the younger actors and that combo just feels so weird to me. And in a kind of I feel it's a little bit of a derogatory way. They said it felt like they put a team around her because they were afraid about putting a female doctor out there and maybe having a young male assistant, kind of like Amy Pond in the vibe of Amy Pond, or that situation, putting that forward, or Jenna Coleman. They didn't want a young male person in that situation. Maybe they felt the dynamic would turn Doctor Who people off. I don't know. I don't understand the logic of putting the team in there. I get that the team is multiracial and diverse. Totally respect that and love that. But if you don't give them the right dialogue, if you don't give them the right storylines, if you just kind of messing with the whole mythology of Doctor Who, which it felt and I sensed that they were doing, then it doesn't bring me back to it to enjoy it. Because I love Doctor Who. I enjoyed Capaldi. I enjoyed David Tennant. I enjoyed Matt Smith, Christopher Eccleston. I enjoyed for the most part. Even going back to the old episodes that are available once again, as I said, on the BritBox app, they have all the way to season 1, which I've occasionally watched. Yeah, they're tough to watch because they're dated and they're old, but I still love to watch the old black and white episodes to see, what they were working with at the time and how it progressed and changed and whatever. And I'm sure one day I'm going to go on a whole Doctor Who run from beginning to end, and maybe I'll do some content on here on the site that'll be exclusive content about Doctor Who, kind of giving, recapping each season and seeing what I liked and what I didn't like. We'll see. But that's my feeling overall about it, Calvin. And I agree with you. So I'm on your page. I love having a female doctor, but I don't think the show itself has done her any favors with some of the writing and scenarios they put her in. All right, Ratson King donated, says, "Hey, John, I hope you're keeping as healthy as you can be, and I will be rooting for you in your match later today." That's right. Don't forget, guys, later today, I take on Paul Oyama, former singles champion, in my quest to try to hopefully recapture the singles championship in the Schmodown. I don't know what's going on with the matches. I don't know how many more we're going to get to do with all this lockdown. Everything's going to Los Angeles, but we did have this match, and you can watch it later on today. Tell me what you think, and of course, be kind and enjoy it. Watch it later and see what you think. Paul Oyama is an incredible competitor, as am I, and we certainly went toe to toe. So don't forget to watch that on SC on the Schmodown Entertainment Network later today. Andy Burnett donated, said, "My boss is keeping us open as for right now, so that's good. We had a birthday party last night, had to open presents via FaceTime. I've bought so many movies over the last week. Plan on rewatching Lord of the Rings extended version." That might be fun, actually, for me to do a watch along of Lord of the Rings movies, if people can handle it, with maybe Kristen Smith or Rachel Cushing, maybe a 4-person watch along. Where they can handle my criticisms and I can handle their pushback. I'm certainly open for people to hate my points of views as I'm watching a film, because I never take it that seriously. So if people want to watch along with me, who are friends of mine, who are big LOTR people, or maybe I can make it a tier on my Patreon for people to watch it with me and kind of, experience the film with me going back and forth. That could be a fun situation as well. So I respect the fact that you want to do that, Andy. Good choice. Certainly there's a lot of hours in that trilogy to enjoy, while you're sitting at home. All right, Charles A donated through the super chat. Let me see. Can I bring him in here? Do I have Charles A in here? Let me see if I can bring his super chat up. He might have donated a little bit early. Yeah, there he is. Charles A. He said, "I loved Harley in Suicide Squad, but she felt like a different character in Birds of Prey. It is the only DCEU movie I can do without, but I do love Margot." Yeah, I think they were trying to flesh out her character a little bit more in Birds of Prey. And so it's with Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad, we had her thing with the guards, and then we had her with the whole squad itself, and then her relationship with the Joker and all that happened there. But they were trying to flesh her out a little bit more in this movie in Birds of Prey. And also, you're kind of seeing it from her point of view. So when you see it from her point of view, you're not 100% like, going to get a linear story. So I think that's what you mentally have to prepare yourself rather, when you go in to see Birds of Prey. It's her point of view about what's going on in her world with those ladies and with the dudes that are coming after her, and with her being, like broken up with a Joker. What does that mean? So, but obviously a lot of people felt the way you felt, because they didn't go see it to the levels that I'm sure DC and Warner Brothers were hoping for. And maybe that'll change now when it comes on to video on demand. Maybe more people take a chance on it, but we'll see. Totally respect your point of view on that, Charles A. Thanks for sending your super chat in. Let's see. Chris Scorpio sent in. He says, "How are you doing personally? I hope you're doing well. Take care of yourself and loved ones." Yeah, I'm doing okay. doing okay. I'm not in a, I'm not in a dire situation mentally. It's good to have support from my girlfriend. She's, kind of navigating this thing and still going to work every day. So she's got her issues with how this is all going down and how it's happening. But we've both been a nice source of support for each other. And last night we started watching Umbrella Academy. So that was so out of the blue and unexpected. We were just, messing around on Netflix, looking at things we might want to watch. And all of a sudden she saw a talking monkey in the thumbnail for the Umbrella Academy, and now we're watching it. So we're doing well, supporting each other, keeping each other's spirits up, having fun with each other. I think if I was alone or not with somebody, maybe it'd be a little bit more difficult after a while. But with her, we've already got plans. If she gets sent home and starts to have to work from home, we've already got plans. Take our hour-long walks or 2-hour-long walks, kind of get back into shape, both of us, in that way. So we've got our plans. We're doing well. I hope you are too, Chris. And I hope everybody watching and listening is doing well and, dealing with all of this in the best way possible. Certainly that is important. Let's see. We got another super chat that came in. Let me see if I can find that one. Let me go back down. Go back down. There we go. It's PRL18. This is interested for Dark Side of the Ring season 2. Yeah, that's a wrestling show where they do a documentary about some of the more unsavory stories or dark stories, for lack of a better term, dark side of professional wrestling. And some of the stuff they've covered, the Randy Macho Man stuff. There's all kinds of stuff that they've covered, the Von Erichs, things of that nature. So there's a lot that's happened in the world of professional wrestling that has not always been the best. And so I like the fact that there are documentaries out there kind of exploring that, because to me, I'm always a fan of looking at every facet of something to take it in as a whole. That way you can make an opinion about it, an informed opinion about it. I'm not always a fan of biopics that kind of skirt over things. That's why Straight Outta Compton is a fun biopic, but it really isn't an authentic and honest biopic. I wanted to see some of the more unsavory sides of these guys, because that's how you take someone as a whole. You don't deify people. You got to look at people as a whole and then see how you feel about them. It's one of the reasons why I've been enjoying Picard this season, because everybody loves Jean-Luc Picard, Captain Picard. But throughout the whole season of Picard, they have slowly but surely kind of like poked holes in Picard's philosophies and approach to things without actually denigrating the man, without actually having his status removed for you as a person, but you taking him in as a whole. So you remove him as someone that you need to deify and more look at him as someone who's human, capable of great things, but also capable of mistakes, as are we all. So there you go. All right. Thank you for that super chat, PRL18. Really appreciate it. And thank you to Joseph Berg, who just subscribed to the channel. Please, if you haven't subscribed to the Outlaw Nation, please do so as well. I'm on my march to 20,000 subscribers. That is the goal overall at this point, and then, going from there. But would love it. I've got over 32,000 of you who follow me on Twitter, almost 20,000 of you who follow me on Instagram. Would love some of you all to click subscribe on this and click the bell as well, so you get my content, watch it, and give it some love. All right, let me take a drink and a sip of things, and then we'll get into some live Q&As with people who I see. 2 people who are already waiting to talk to me, and let me just shove some food down real quick. Please forgive me. What do they call this? Macbung, something mukbang, something like that. All right. Let me plug in the cord so I can listen to people, and we'll go from there. All right. How many have we got in here so far today? Oh, over 133 of you. All right, cool. Please hit that like button. We really appreciate it. I'm at 99 likes right now. If you're watching me right now, I would love it if you gave it a like and give. Just crossed 100. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Let's keep it going. Hopefully we can get over 200 of you watching this morning, but maybe some people are watching the news or getting involved with things and trying to figure out what they're going to do next. I'm going to keep doing the show. There's no way I'm stopping doing this show. That's how things are going to go going forward. All right. Let me make sure that I've got it set to the headphone to listen to people. Yeah, looks like it's set in that way. Oh, one more super chat before I forget about it here. Jake Iyer said, are you getting into Westworld season 3? It's good. Not yet. I'm saving it for maybe this weekend, kind of go through it step by step, might even do a review of it myself for the channel. if I enjoy it, and I'll keep the cowboy hat on the whole time and do it that way. But thank you, Jake. Appreciate you liking it. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I will definitely be watching it this weekend. All right, let's go into our first person. Let's bring him up and see if I can do this. Adrian, what's going down, dude?
Hello. Hello, John. Can you hear me, John?
You've got a little. I can. You've got a little bit of a lag. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Just wanted to say how you doing, and how you and your girlfriend keeping safe.
Yeah, we are. We've got the regulations coming down. Unfortunately, my girlfriend still has to go to work, so I got a little bit of concern about that. But overall, we're doing fine. We're talking about it. Last night, we watched about an hour of the coverage of the coronavirus, so we can be informed about what we need to do, what we don't need to do. And of course, the city of Los Angeles sent out a thing for us, for everybody, rather, for letting them know about what this stay-at-home order, not suggestion, not request, order is all about, and what we can do, what we can't do during these times. So we're taking care of ourselves, keeping our spirits up. It's not dire for us yet, so we're just kind of hoping that things kind of play themselves out in the next few months, and things kind of start to slowly work their way back to normal. We're seeing that happen in China, so that's kind of that hope, that far off hope that we've got in our heads. But of course, right now we're in the thick of it, and we're taking the step by step. How are things going where you're at, Adrian?
I'm in the UK. I actually spoke to you and Mark and Darina on the last Collider Live.
Oh, nice.
About I was the one who was absolute. I was very nervous. I remember you telling me that you were a Liverpool fan, which I have to admit I feel sorry for you, because Liverpool have done well this season. To get that far and to be stopped by this outbreak is.
Yeah, I agree. It's not a great situation for us, unfortunately, and I don't know what they're going to do with it. So, yeah, and we'll see. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I don't know how they're going to go forward. They're saying they're going to resume the game sometime later in April. I don't believe that that's going to happen, but we'll see and maybe things will go, because it's all knee deep in the UK as well right now. So we'll see how that goes forward. But yeah, it does suck. I was actually thinking about it when I came in last night to work on some of these, the content for Outlaw Nation that came out this morning. I was just sitting there going, remember when I was so excited about Liverpool winning the league? And now it seems like such a far off thought that I had, because there's way more important things going on in the world. And we'll get back to that. We'll get back to all of that later on. And I'm sure everyone else on that team does feel a sense of sadness that they can't quite celebrate that title, being 6 points away from the title, being unable to celebrate it. But maybe down the road, if the games do come back, they'll have a battle, and it'll be official. We'll see. All right, Adrian, it looks like you're lagging like crazy, man. Are you all right over there? All right, I'm going to move on, brother. Sending you much love. Hope you're doing well. Take care, my man. All right, let's bring up. Let's see. We got a Kenneth Daisy. He says, "Glad you are doing well. Glad you are well. An editing offer is still there." Thank you, Kenneth. I appreciate it very much. It's very kind of you. We'll take a look at that. At this point with the economic situation, I can't be paying people to necessarily help me edit my videos, so I've got to learn on the fly as I do things. But certainly, I'm open if anybody wants to help me out of the kindness of their heart. I would never say no to that. So thank you, Kenneth. I appreciate you checking in, my man. Hope you are well as well. Let's see. Let's bring up Sean Monk. What's going on, Sean? How you doing? Damn, look at those posters, dude. Respect.
Yeah. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. Just hanging in there. I know I messaged in a couple days ago about the AMC situation, because I'm up by Buffalo, New York, with the AMC Maple Ridge 8. Okay. And basically, we got some information that they are basically going to pay us for the week that would have been with the closing. Right. And then after that, it's basically they're just having us apply for regular unemployment, basically, until things reopen in the 6 to 12 weeks. But it's pretty good, just watching a bunch of streams, catching up on a whole bunch of movies, and just trying to make the best of it. But it's been, pretty tough couple of days, just kind of cooped up in the house with my mom and my cats. So just trying to make the best of everything. But I just wanted to mention the series 12 of Doctor Who that recently was on. Yeah. I had a very, very similar experience. I watched Spyfall Part 1 and 2. I loved the actor Sasha, I forget his last name right now, as his new portrayal of the Master.
Right.
But the episode after that, it was just real hard to sink my teeth in and get into the flow of the season.
Yeah.
Very similar with you too. I love the character of Graham and his interaction with Jodie's doctor.
Yeah.
But just the team it's just not doing it for me, and I can't really put my finger on it whether it's the actors or the actual writing from Chris Chibnall, the showrunner.
Yeah.
But it just and it's a shame because I think Jodie is a fantastic doctor. I just feel like she's kind of being failed by the showrunner on this one, which I know towards the end of his run, people got a little upset with like Stephen Moffat on like the sameness of some of his screenplays, but like him with Jodie, I think would have been a great pairing for some really having her hit like the darker notes that character can get to. That I feel like she's kind of kept up in like a fluffy level right now, and they kind of give the harder edge stuff to like some of the companions.
Right.
And I it's just really heartbreaking, because I love that show. And it's just the last 2 seasons I haven't been able to get into it. I just wanted to like give my thoughts on that, similar to yours too.
I don't disagree with you, Sean, and that's the thing that's been frustrating for me to watch, because like I'm a late converter to Doctor Who. Like I didn't watch Matt Smith or David Tennant or any of those guys. It was Capaldi that got me in because I was a fan of Capaldi as an actor, and my friends have been trying to get me into Doctor Who for such a long time. And then I got into it with Capaldi, and it was a bit bumpy in the first season. Him and Jenna Coleman, like their chemistry wasn't there, and you could tell because like Jenna, she had this storyline with was it Matt Smith that was going to turn romantic. It was essentially going to be romantic, and then it had to be replaced by an old coot like Capaldi.
Yeah,
kind of threw that all off. But then eventually Capaldi found his rhythm with her, and that when in the second season of them together, and then of course what happened to her happened to her. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but Bill coming in was that was one of the most stellar seasons I've ever seen of Doctor Who.
Absolutely.
Because of their chemistry. And unfortunately, I think you're right. It's a mix of the actors. I'm sorry. I don't think you can't separate it. I think it's a mixture of things. I think it's the combination of the actors. I think it's the writing, and I think it's the scenarios they put her in. And yes, you're right. It's also the fact that they've made her kind of flutter above everything. When one of the great things we've always enjoyed about the Doctor is his understanding, or his or her understanding that there is a darkness. Gallifrey is such a massive foundation to the Doctor, to that he or she will always have that gear to go into the darker side of things and explore it and make the harder decisions, because he or she has to, because he or she understands where he or she has come from. And I think that's important, and you don't get that throughout the last. I mean, I've watched, like I said, two episodes this season, and I was just like not into it at all. So yeah, I hear you, man. So going back to the older stuff maybe is the way to go.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, hey, again, it's I've been watching since the old Flash reviews, and it's a pleasure to get to talk to you. So I hope you have a good one. Stay safe out there, okay? You too, Sean. Do what you need to do. Go take those walks, man. Don't let the cats and the mom overwhelm you. Go do what you need to do to keep your nerves down. And I'm glad AMC is taking care of you, letting you file for unemployment, so you'll get some kind of money coming in to kind of alleviate the situation. So respect to you, man. Take care. Absolutely. Take care. All right, let's talk soon. See you, man. Bye. All right, who do we got here? What's going on here? It looks just like a hand. Is anybody talking on this?
Hey, John. It's Jake.
What's up, Jake? Oh, Jake, what's going on?
No, I was saying add me to it, but don't bring me on. I got a security cover over my camera.
Right on. All right. Let me
so I can watch the room.
Okay. I respect it, Jake. Thanks, man. Text me, Jake, about how to do that. I don't know how to bring you on, but not because I'm not going through the Discord. I'm just doing it here clean. So let me know how I can do that. Just text me and I'll make it happen. All right, who we got in here now? Yo,
hey there.
What's up, Garth? How you doing, brother, man?
All right, hanging in there. Still in a lot of pain, but dealing with it. And I got help today, which is a big help. So I got someone who got me groceries and is helping me up and stuff like that. And so that really helps a lot when you're stuck at home and you can't go out. It was rough being in the hospital for like almost 2 weeks, and then they send me home, and then all of a sudden it's like now you can't go out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I had follow-up appointments, and they said don't even come into the hospital and weird stuff like that. So
Yeah.
weird being stuck at home and not being able to go out with friends or go get food or anything.
Right.
That help, as you see behind do this.
Look at that. That's a better face than the one I've got. No, I like it. Well, see,
yeah,
that's a positive, Garth. If I can interrupt for just a second, that's a positive that like when these things are going on, there are people that are willing to help. That's one of the things that you see, right? With that quote that gets shared all the time whenever there's a tragedy or or anything going on in the world that affects human beings, that Mr. Rogers quote, right? He says, when I was growing up, my mom said, when you see a tragedy, don't just look at the people who are running from it, look at the people who are running to help. And I think that's a paraphrase of what she said essentially to Mr. Rogers, and he's passed that on. I think that's true. People run to help. People want to help, and you look at the helpers. That's where you find strength and courage and hope. And so I'm glad people, in a small way, have helped you in that as well.
Yeah, and it's not just all the doctors and nurses and people like that who are in the trenches and dealing with it all, and EMTs and all these other people who have to keep going, and then even just grocery delivery people or helpers like I've got today, who have to go out and help, at homes and stuff and risking. It's great. And then there's also entertainers like you who help keep our spirits up and our lights in this dark time. Something to look at and get our minds off our troubles. And
that's very kind.
Thank you for being one of those lights in the darkness.
Please. You humble me, man. Thank you, Garth. I appreciate that. Just trying to do what I can. Because this is my way of dealing with it. This is my outlet, and connecting with you all has always been one of the joys of being in this sphere, because I was one of you all that kind of crossed that line and became this. So I always love touching base with the fans, and no surprise, I love seeing how everyone else who had been in this sphere longer than me now all of a sudden are like, hey, how do I bring fans in to talk to me on my shows? How do I do that on live stream? And so, pioneering that has been a special source of joy for me, because I've always enjoyed connecting with fans, always kept one foot of myself in the fandom and one foot of myself in the world of criticism. And I never want to lift up a foot and put 2 feet in either world, because I like being able to be ride the pine on both sides. So,
and I loved on SCN when you were talking about it, and Christian's like, isn't that taking a risk? Aren't there going to be some awful people and awful? But you've been lucky. I mean, you haven't had any real kooks. Well,
no,
me maybe, but for the most part, you're taking this risk, but it's opening you up to who your fans are and more public and all that.
Well, bro, there's kooks are nothing new. To me, if they show up, I can always handle it. I've never been intimidated by that kind of stuff, and I can always just go remove from the stream as soon as they start to be too much, and it's never an issue. Yeah, exactly. So, I understand Christian's point of view, but of course, he's operating on a higher level with his subscription base over there at SCN is in the hundreds of thousands. So, who knows who could come into that at this point as I'm building. This is where I want to lay my foundation. That the fans know that you get a personal touch with me and I've been lucky, but also I feel like I've crafted a certain level of followers and fandom in my world. Like people know that I'll be honest with you, for better or worse, and I'll respect you. Just come at me correct, and we'll have a great conversation. You come at me with bullshit, you get blocked or you get muted. That's how the game is. So they know right off the bat, and I think I've done a little bit to craft it that way. So I don't anticipate getting kooks or crazy people on here, because they know my reaction will be like, boom, remove, and it won't be an issue at all. So
like the old days, I won't take no guff,
Yeah, exactly. you got a question before I move on, brother man?
Actually I do. In these times where you're at home and you're doing the live streams and other stuff, are you getting into studying movies for future Schmoedowns? Are you thinking of maybe going into Star Wars or anything and studying?
It's a great question you asked, Garth. To be honest with you, Kalinowski and I were talking about this the other day, because we're supposed to kind of do it up later on this year for the belts. we both haven't felt after this. Like last week was really tough. Like last week, I started to feel my empathetic nature, seeing all that was happening in the world, seeing the cases and people dying and things of that nature, and how we've been kind of slow to respond, in my opinion, to this situation. It's my opinion. Other people may feel differently, and that's totally fine. I think that I wasn't in the mood to study. I thought it was so inconsequential, to be honest with you. But as I've come to kind of grasp what's happening and adjust to what's happening, then in that way I'm in a better situation mentally and emotionally to now start the process of studying and looking at categories and whatever. And Star Wars was April. I was always setting aside April to watch all the Star Wars movies, make all the notes possible so that I could be ready for Damon after April. That's kind of my goal. So that's still in motion. That's still the plan for April. So yeah, I will find my way to be studying all this. I don't know what's going to happen with this slowdown with these lockdown orders now in California. We'll see what happens about some of the scheduled matches. But for me, I'm still in the process of getting ready to train to be ready for this when the doors open up again and we can compete. So that's certainly my point of view.
Cool. All right. Thank you.
All right. Good talking to you, man. Stay safe, dude. You take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah. Bye. All right, that was Garth McMurray, one of my favorite people I've gotten to know here. He's come on to the stream a few times. It's been great on different shows. It's good to talk to him and hear from him. He's suffering, a little bit of shingles and other stuff going on physically. So great to hear that people are willing to help him and bring him groceries and things of that nature. And look, if you can do that for somebody and you feel comfortable doing it, I would encourage you to do so as well. I think Andrew Yang today started a new nonprofit where he's trying to help things going on here in Los Angeles and across the country. Maybe that's in some small way. If you hear about a volunteer opportunity and if you feel inclined to do it and you take care of your safe, you wear the mask if you need to, or the gloves, and do all of that. I think that's important as well. And maybe something to think about for some of you who are maybe worried about the job or whatever. I'm sure these places like DoorDash and other places that deliver, Grubhub, whatever, I'm sure they're looking for drivers and people who are going to be willing to deliver food, because people, you can keep Americans indoors, but you're not going to keep them from ordering food from carry out places or takeout places, because after a while you just get tired of cooking your own food. Most people don't like to cook their own food, which is why these delivery services and these restaurants and eateries have always thrived, because people like to go out to eat, or they like to order in food that they don't have to necessarily make. So that kind of situation, if you're looking for that, could be possible for you to make some money on the side doing that, a little bit something, as long as you take care of yourself again and make sure you don't catch that, constantly sanitizing, constantly doing what you need to do, washing your hands, what have you. Could be a way to explore new money in your world. So we'll see. All right, what do we got here? What's going on, Calvin? How you doing, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. What's going down?
Well, out the city, Tennessee, son. Like, what's going on, Rocha? Man, I got to tell you, I've already told you before.
Yeah.
On the Glider Live, but you're my hero, man. You're my dude. When you came in the Schmodown, them cowboy hat on, started doing your thing. I want your ass. I want it now. I was like, this guy gets it. This guy's got it. This guy's got it.
That's very kind of you, Kevin. I appreciate that. Man.
And you was talking about the food thing. I've been a cook ever since I was 15, and I'm 38. So I've always worked in restaurants. And down in John City, we ain't closing down. We ain't afraid of this Corona. You know what I mean? I still go in and cook every day. I'm going to go in this evening.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I remember I was telling you I want to go play in the pool tournament tonight, the 8-ball tournament.
Oh yeah.
And when I'm in the middle of it and I'm doing it,
yeah.
Anyway, when I'm in the middle of it, I'm doing it. I just scream at them. I'm just like, I want some candy asses when I'm winning. You know what I mean?
Well, it's good to see that I inspire you to do that, man.
I don't know. You're kind of breaking up for me.
Oh yeah, sorry about that, man. Yeah, you too. I think it's your reception there, maybe a little bit. Yeah, I'm getting that too. But just letting you know, man, I appreciate the kind words, dude. And it's good to see you, Dalton. I'm always a fan of when you call into Collider Live. It's always a blast here. Let's see. What do we got? Shug. I don't know if we're ready for this. Shug Knight. Look at that. How come there's no what's going on? Where are you now with a white wall behind you?
Oh, I'm at work.
Oh, right on. So
yeah,
no
I'm
kids roaming around. Nothing like that right now?
No. I told the kids when I talked to the Outlaw, they got to be quiet. No, I was playing.
No.
I'm at work right now. There's my boss told me there's no order. We have to be at work or you get fired.
Oh.
So I'm here.
What do you do? What do you mind if I ask what you do, man?
Yeah, I mind. Why are you asking?
Oh, okay, all right.
No, I'm playing, John. No. I do security.
Oh,
I do
cool.
different kinds of security. Yeah, different kinds of security.
Gotcha. So you're there to make sure everything's all right and what have you. So they just need a body there for now.
Yeah, well, no,
it's any orders coming in.
Yeah, no, it's a drug and alcohol building. So
okay,
yeah, it's a drug and alcohol building. So it's there's nobody here right now. So just got to be here.
Right on.
But on a lighter note, because California did get locked down, I'm going to be stuck over the weekend because it was supposed to be free for all. So I took the day off.
Right.
Supposed to be going to free for all. So what movies would you recommend? Because I thought I was a good movie buff, but apparently I'm not after watching the Schmodown. So I was just wondering what movies you should recommend. I was on a call with Riley last night.
Yeah,
and somebody was mentioning Lawrence of Arabia. I've never seen it.
Lawrence is great.
Yeah, so I was just wondering what movies you recommend. I'm not a real horror person. Action adventure is fine, but I'll watch usually anything, but I'm just.
Are you a classics person? Like, because you mentioned Lawrence of Arabia. Have you seen Godfather Part 2? Have you seen?
Oh, Godfather Part 2. I watched when I was a kid. I did not understand that movie until I got older.
See,
and then I rewatched it, and it hit me a totally different way.
Yeah, I think these are the things that people like you maybe want to explore. People who might be out there, like this is a good time to maybe fall back in love with the classics. Christian mentioned this on SEN Live on Wednesday. Maybe this break could be a positive where, people kind of go back to their neutral corners, the fans and the critics that have been battling for the last few years about, oh, you don't tell me what I can like. I'll go see what I want to see. Who are you to, these critics or film Twitter, that kind of stuff. Maybe this is a time for everybody to kind of go back to their neutral corners and fall back in love with movies and go back and revisit some of the classics that are the foundation for why people became critics or people became movie lovers, or influenced the movies we see now. You can go to the AFI Top 100 movies, and there is so much quality top to bottom in those 100 movies, and that's just 100 movies. There's like thousands that you could see, including from across the pond from other countries that you could watch and enjoy and see the history of cinema. So that's what I would recommend. If you go through the AFI 100, go look at those and see if there's ones you haven't seen in a while, or people recommended to you on numerous occasions, or you've read other people recommend to you, and you're like, oh, I don't know. Well, now you have the time if you're at home alone and give it a shot, and you might, it might inspire you to start your own thing, or it might inspire you to kind of look at film in a different way and explore or have questions or things of that nature. Or you may hate the film, and that's totally fine too. It's just a matter of like, well, those will give you some options as well. I always think Leonard Maltin is a fantastic guide for films if you want to go look at what's good and what isn't. He always released those books, so he must have on his website, he must have a crap ton of stuff. And I know him and Jesse are doing some new thing on Twitter where they're suggesting films to you for you to revisit or watch again. So those are great places, great resources to go. But maybe I should create something, Shug. Maybe I'll put it on Twitter or put it on here or something like that, where I detail some movies that people can watch while they're home alone. That's not a bad idea, actually.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Yeah, yesterday my daughter actually watched I think for the first time where she actually understood it, because she was only 5. She watched Star Wars for the first time.
Oh, wow.
When I was at work. So when I got home, they were actually just finishing it. So actually when I got off the call with you, she actually asked me, she said, Dad, can we watch the next one?
Yeah.
Because she wanted to watch it. So I said, okay, we watched it. And so that was the first time I actually experienced, because she, 5 years old, before that, you don't understand movies.
Oh, no, of course not.
And she was really excited, and she kind of screamed when Luke got his hand cut off. Spoiler alert.
Yes.
She kind of freaked out about that, but she didn't understand the Vader part. She's like, "What do you mean he's his dad? Wait, what?" And,
wow.
It was pretty funny. She's like, "He's, black," and I was like, "You'll wait till the third movie." So I'm going to show her the third movie.
You just wait. You just
wait. She doesn't understand it yet. But I just wanted to call and say, hope you're doing well. I know we just got that news last night about the lockdown. I actually called my work last night and asked them. I said, so do we go into work? They're like, yeah, you need to go in, or you get fired. I was like,
right.
All right, I'm here. So, but this weekend I have off because of the free for all. So I'm just gonna watch movies. I'm doing a reaction video to your match today.
Oh, cool.
Gonna do some other stuff. So
I'll watch that.
Okay.
I'll watch that, Shug.
Okay, cool.
I'm curious to see what you think about how I did and how Paul did, because it's a hell of a match. That's all I'll say. It's a hell of a match.
I'm excited. This is actually the one match I'm actually really excited about, because I want to see. You know, you talked about how you did respect Oyama, because some people were upset with him. So I kind of want to see if you go at him. Like, I feel like you saying that you have respect for him and then you just go at him would just throw him off, which would be the greatest thing in the world. So that's what I'm thinking. You know,
I respect that. I respect that.
But I'll let you get on. And I did send in some super chat. Did you read my super chat from yesterday?
No, I was gonna get to those before I wrapped up the show. Do you want me to do it now? Hold on. Let me bring it up.
You don't have.
No, I'll bring it up. Here's my donation. I was going to send in. I can talk to you sports all day with the Outlaw. Thank you. Top 2 favorite fights ever. Also, smart play for Steelers would be to pick up Watson next year if Big Ben retires. Here's my donation I was going to send in. Thank you. I appreciate that, Shug. Yeah, Deshaun Watson is an interesting choice for the Steelers. A lot of people right now are kicking around the idea of Jameis going over to the Steelers. That would be insane. Some people even suggesting Jameis to the Patriots, which would be even more insane.
I don't want Jameis. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would like Watson. I would like Watson or somebody of Big Ben's stature.
Yeah.
I think we're going to go back to the old Steeler way of running the ball, defense, because our defense has gotten way better. We're probably going to be top 5 in defense again this year. So I'm looking at the Steelers just being a running team, not depending too much on Big Ben, you know, and letting Big Ben be when he gets to the playoffs, when he makes his big plays for us, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said yesterday, I don't think the Ravens are as advertised. I think KC got really, and people are going to hate me for saying this, but KC got real lucky playing 2 bad coach teams.
Wow.
That when you have a 27-0 lead and you lose that lead, you're a bad coach team.
That's fair.
The bottom line. Now, Patrick Mahomes, I'm a fan. He's really good, and he could be one of the next greats. And he proved that he can take a team.
Yeah.
But you have a 27-point lead or a 24-point lead. There's just no way a team should come back on you. If that was tell me honestly, John, had that been the Patriots or the Steelers with that lead, would KC came back?
Of course not.
No, they wouldn't. So
it's different level.
Yeah, so I give KC. They're still the number 1 team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Ravens are as advertised, and if Brady's going to Tampa Bay, who's the number 3 team? You know, it's there for the picking. I agree. So yeah,
cool.
And
what you mean top 2 fights? What do you mean, like fighting or boxing or?
Fighting, boxing, whatever. I'm a big historic boxing fan.
Yeah.
But now I became more of UFC since I was younger. But boxing has always been my thing. So I've always loved Thriller Manila. Was my number 1.
Yeah, that's a great
Sugar
fight.
Sugar Ray Duran, number 1, is actually one of my favorite fights.
Yeah, the No Mas fight. The No Mas.
No.
Oh, you mean the first one?
The
first one. Right. Where Duran won.
Where Duran won.
Right.
I love Sugar Ray, but Duran.
That was a great fight.
Beat him up. Just beat him up. And
I remember watching that one with my dad. I remember we were like so happy because Duran's Latino. We were just like, yeah.
Well, didn't you see Jack Dempsey?
And then the No Mas. See, and there. Gotta go, Shug. Thanks for calling in. You little bastard. Respect, man. Well, there's Shug. I appreciate it. He also sent in another super chat or another Streamlabs. Thank you, Shug. Says he's morning, John. I'm here at work, going to be doing a reaction video to your match later on today. My question for you is, what are your thoughts on how the MCU will be handled after this virus has passed? Good luck today, Outlaw Nation. Well, we talked about it already on Geek Buddies. I think for me, everything gets moved. You know, I said it already. It's like 7 files. When you click on them and you move them into a folder, they all move together. I think the MCU all moves together. I think Black Widow moving back will move everything back. The TV shows, Eternals possibly. It all depends. Or they'll have to shoot alternate kind of like they'll switch around maybe some of those post-credit scenes to be on different movies or different TV shows. So that they lead into what they need to lead into. So this is not done, this moving of everything. I think they're taking it step by step, but I don't think we're done seeing the moving of movies or the release of these movies. So there you go. All right, let me jump in real quick. 2 super chats, and I'll jump into everybody who's waiting. And we got about 25 minutes left in the show, so we'll make the questions quick and roll through because I don't want to step on SCN Live and have Christian text me or get angry with me. So definitely we'll switch out here. All right, Travis Earl says, are you a Miss Fisher fan? Movie drops soon on Acorn. Miss Fisher, is that the I don't know what Miss Fisher is, but my girlfriend probably does, and she probably would storm in here if she was here to let me know. The murder mysteries. Yes, my girlfriend is a fan of those. She definitely will watch those. I don't watch them. She loves that stuff. It's not my jam, but yes, we are definitely aware that movie is dropping. They've done the promos. Blood Season 2 dropped, and I'm going to definitely start watching that. She's not a fan of Blood, so I'm going to watch it for sure. So there you go. That was a super chat. And is there any more Streamlabs coming through? Oh, Kenneth Daisy donated a super chat. Sorry. Glad you're well, and editing offer is still there. All right, I already brought that one up. All right, let's move on here to the next person. Andrew G. What's up, Andrew?
Hey, man. What's going on?
What's going, dude? How's that cat doing?
Got to keep him busy, too.
No, I understand. What's up, my man?
Oh, nothing. Just getting some work done. What little work I have to do.
It looks like a nice, conducive area for you to do work. Like you've got some space, and you've got the nice wood flooring there. You got a little plant vegetation. Kind of be cool. It looks good back there.
Yeah, I got some big windows in my apartment. It's not a big apartment, but spacious. So it's like
that's good.
Nice place to work.
Yep.
But I was just looking up some stuff.
Yeah.
You know how they're putting all these movies like Onward on Disney Plus.
Yep.
Which I was kind of surprised by, like really soon. Didn't it just come out?
Mm-hmm. It just came out. I was saying, and the thing is, they're putting a video on demand today, 8 p.m. tonight, Eastern time. And then they're putting it on Disney Plus on April 3rd. So that's a real quick turnaround.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad. I would like to watch it. It's not one of the ones that I would have gone to see in the theaters. So I'm kind of glad it's coming out so I can watch it. I just watched Coco the other night, and that had me going real good at the end. If you want to have a nice cry, watch Coco.
Remember me. Yeah, I understand. Trust me. I get it.
I did see a tweet. I thought it said New Mutants was going on digital, but it was a petition for fans that want it. And I was like, okay.
No surprise there.
Yeah.
No, they're going to hold on to that one for a bit until
I would hope so. I mean, as much as I want to see it. Yeah. As much as I want to see New Mutants, it's like the movie that I want to see more than anything right now, just because it's like, they won't let me see it.
Yeah.
I want to see that in the theater.
The movie that's been postponed and held back for so long. Now, finally. So, yeah, they were certainly going down that path, too, with their promotional campaign. They were going to make it seem as if it was a movie that they didn't want you to see, and now it's coming out in this way. It's like, what's your question, brother? Is it, or you just wanted to talk about that?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, what do you think? Like, you don't think they're going to put it on digital? Like, they're going to want to get their money back, right?
I don't think so yet. I think we got to wait and see what's going to happen in the next few weeks. I think that's what we're waiting for. And I think the studios are waiting for to see how this all breaks out. If it gets even worse and it looks like it's going to prognosticate to December, then at that point is where you start to make the decision of, well, we might as well recoup something out of this, because people are not always inclined to go back and watch older content. They like to see newer content and things of that nature. So you got to provide that mix of both. And so to me, I think that's what they're going to do, is wait to see how this plays out. If it starts to feel like an opportunity for them to make some money off of it, then I think they'll drop it on digital, but they'll probably put it at a high price tag, like 25 or 30, to try to recoup some of it. We'll see. Or, release it in some other way for people to purchase online and have it delivered to them. That kind of thing is possible as well. Although I don't know what's going to happen with delivery services, but I think that's a possibility as well.
Yeah, true.
Cool.
Well, I hope it's like, I want to see these movies in the theaters, like everyone's like, put Black Widow on digital. They're never going to do that.
No,
there's no way.
No, that one they'll hold on to.
Yeah.
And if they have to move
they'll
the whole
push
MCU,
everything.
They'll push everything, because they're not going to lose anything pushing. To me, in my personal opinion, everyone's going to come back to the theaters like gangbusters.
Oh, yeah.
Once they say they give the all clear, I think people are going to come back in droves to see movies in the theaters.
Yeah,
if for no other reason than to get out of the house. If for no other reason, So
yeah.
All right, good talking to you, Andrew. I'll move on. I got 4 people waiting on me, man. Good seeing you. Take care. All right, who we got? Kent Daisy. Make sure, remember, we got 20 minutes left, so make sure these questions are quick, please. Kent Daisy, what's going on, dude?
Hey, John, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. Enjoying the whole full-time teacherness here.
Are you doing online?
No, I got four kids, 3 of them there in school.
Oh, you're homeschooling. Respect.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Not a real question. That's
Yo. Hi. How are you?
Just wanted to say hi, and glad I was going well.
Yeah. What's your name?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Can I say hi?
What's your name? Let's see. What's your name?
My name is Rocha.
Hey, Sanga. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you all. You look happy. That's good.
They just ate, so of course they're happy.
Oh, good. Now get back to your studies. Go learn that math.
All right.
What's up, brother?
Didn't want to take up too much of your time. Just,
you got a question?
No, just wanted to say hi and glad everything seems to be going well and keep it
How
up.
are you dealing with everything, man? I mean, if you're sitting at home school and all these changes, are you rolling with it, kind of taking the time that you need to do and watching some stuff?
It's getting a little grayer, but that's about all. Only thing for me is I'm doing my online degree for through LA Film and kind of finding out what's going on that today because 3 months into my final project, they kind of changed it on us. So obviously we can't shoot a feature film.
Right.
We can't shoot a feature film now, so we'll see.
Right. Okay. Well, sending you good vibes, man. I hope it works out. You know, if you got to delay it a little bit, at least you'll eventually get there. So that's a good thing. Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
All right. Good talking to you, Kevin. Take care, my man.
Have a good one.
Say hi to your family. Bye, man. Well, if it isn't the damn wheel, man. Well. What's up?
How are you?
Good. How are you, man?
Pretty good. Just started working from home at the beginning of this week.
Okay.
So, I'm East Coast, but I am self-isolating.
Right. Smart.
So it's been a long but good few days.
Cool. What do you got going on back there? Are those film reels behind you?
Oh, yeah. The decorations on the wall. Yeah.
That's cool, dude. I respect that.
And then the wheel will be joining them very shortly.
Right on, man.
So, and I will make sure to spin it from the wheel, not the pegs.
Yeah, please. You know how that works. So I
do.
I didn't sign that thing for you to mess it up, for God's sake. So I appreciate it.
No, you should have signed it under classics. I thought about that afterwards.
Oh, well, maybe if you bring it back, I'll do that.
All right. Well, if y'all come to the East Coast, then you will.
I appreciate
it. But
What's up,
just stopping in. Can't wait to watch your match this afternoon.
Thank you, Will. Yeah, me too. It's going to be a hell of a match.
Yeah, I think it will. And I know Christian's having to deal with all this stuff, changing the once a week and all that. And
yeah.
So just having to deal with all that. But just wanted to stop in, say hey, because I saw you were on, so I hopped on and just wanted to say, I hope everything works out with everybody.
Yeah.
Because I was watching Riley last night and you this morning. And so, yeah, that was all.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks. I appreciate you stopping in, brother. Much love to you and hope everything's going well on your end as well. It's always great to see you and hear from you, man.
Just make sure you have your walker handy. We can have a race.
Yeah, I'm down. I've got new tennis balls on that thing too, so I'm ready.
All right, take it easy.
You too, Will. Take care, my man. That was Will. Will's awesome. He's always great to see. Will came to the Atlanta Live event when he talks about the wheel. The reason it's called the wheel, man, maybe some of y'all don't know, is we gave him the old wheel. We gifted him the old wheel that we had used from the beginning. I think from the first few days of the Schmodown, that old wheel, if you go back and watch season 2 and 3, I think that wheel, we gave it to him, and all of us who were there signed it for him. And so it was really awesome to give him the wheel. So he's calling himself the wheel man. I totally respect that and love it. So much love to Will. And I hope he's taking care of there on the East Coast. Oh, what's going on, man? How you doing, Adrian? Is that better?
Yeah, I'm sorry, John, about before. My computer's as old as balls.
That's all
you
right.
know what happened? That's all. I was talking about how you and your girlfriend are getting on over the coronavirus. I got knocked out.
Yeah. Oh, we're doing fine, man. I think we're just kind of dealing with it as it goes along, and the thing is, we're already kind of homebodies as it is. Whenever she comes home from work, we just kind of sit on the couch, and if I've got something to work on, I'll put on my noise canceling earphones while she watches TV. But it's like we like being around each other. We like being around each other.
Yeah.
We're one of those couples that actually doesn't get sick of each other, and so because we also respect each other's need for independence. And so when she needs to be alone, she'll do her thing. When I need to be alone, I do my thing. And neither one of us kind of like hassles the other one for that. And I think that's an important part of our relationship, why we get along so well. So even on the couch, we're near each other physically, but she's watching what she's watching. And I don't hear a damn thing because I've got my earphones on and I'm watching what I'm watching on the computer, but we're at least near each other. And so those kinds of things. But we also have a separate room with a separate television. So if I want to go watch something on a bigger scale, I can do that, and she'll occasionally check in, or I'll check in with her, and we're fine. I think that's the key to our relationship and how we're going to get through this together without killing each other, to be honest with you. In a figurative way.
I'm the same way. I still live at home with my parents due to my disability.
Okay.
So I've got my own room. I come upstairs when my dad's not on nights, and I just sit and watch movies and TV when I can.
Yeah, that's smart.
My parents are both off work due to this outbreak, but I don't want to take up much of your time because you've got about 16 minutes left of the stream. What I wanted to ask you was, I'm a big pro wrestling fan. Okay. I've been watching it since '97.
Yeah.
But I want to know what you think of Vince McMahon having WrestleMania 36 being streamed over the April 4th and April 5th.
Yeah, it's interesting. I initially did not like the idea because I thought that it was being a bit stubborn and trying to make it happen. I thought the UFC was even worse because that's like where real stuff like blood. I don't know. I just felt like the UFC seemed even worse to keep going and be so pugnacious about it. But with Vince doing these things as a distraction, yeah, it's going to be weird to see it without any fans in the stands. That's kind of like what helps us when we're watching at home kind of feel like we're brought along with the fans when we're watching it from home, seeing all of them reacting to it, hearing the crowd noise. That's big part of the element of feeling the vibe of what it's like to be in the stadium when you're watching something like WrestleMania. So to have it be in the Performance Center with no fans, you're going to push storylines. So they have to keep pushing storylines. I respect that Vince wants to do this, but I wonder how these orders, as they start to come down more and more, if those orders start to apply to organizations like Vince. Because remember, these people are employed by Vince, but they're all on that 1099ers. They're all on contracts that are not, like full-time employees. And so they're personal contractors. So in that way, if, for example, Florida does an order like we have here, a stay-at-home order, will these wrestlers defy that order? Because I'd find it really hard for you to argue to me that wrestling in a match is an essential thing you need to be doing. So that's the thing that I wonder about, if they're going to put that, and if Vince and the wrestlers would adhere to that. I don't know. So that kind of situation is also something to think about. But I didn't like it, but I think as a distraction, it may not be a bad thing. And people need stuff to watch. And if it keeps them from going crazy, from sitting at home the whole time, it's not bad. I don't think the product's going to be great. I don't think the matches are going to be great to watch because you need that element of a crowd. But at least it's something for people to kind of distract them from what they're going through sitting at home all day. So I don't necessarily mind it now. What about you?
One quick thing is it because of Brock Lesnar and Bill Goldberg being part-time champions? Is that the reason? Because if they don't have WrestleMania 36, when do they next defend the WWE Championship and Universal Championship?
Right. But also, how powerful would it be for them to lose the belt in an empty arena at the Performance Center? It's not going to carry the same weight. So I guess they have to do that. You're right. The part-time championship stuff, they have to do it because of storylines. So I get it. I'm not 100% like, I'm probably not going to enjoy these matches. I think AEW did a really brilliant job the other night.
Yeah, I saw when Matt Hardy debuted at the end. Yeah. That was great. That was fantastic. I liked that.
That's how you do it. And maybe Vince saw that and was like, okay, maybe we need to adjust how we're doing it. Because I mean, if you're gonna shoot it as a large scale thing, you're gonna lose the audience. I think you have to shoot it as a more of a gritty, right there in your face, point of view type thing, close-ups, things of that nature. I think that's the way to go. So we'll see, Adrian, definitely.
I nearly lost it when I saw Luke Harper debut when he took out Christopher Daniels with that spinning clothesline. Yeah. I tell you what, that was amazing. I give it to Cody Rhodes. He's making up a great AEW there. I give him that. Anyway, I won't keep you long now, John, because I know you haven't got long. I just wanted to get back in touch and apologise. My computer is dead old. That's right. The microphone just muted. That's why I was going, work, you stupid thing. Anyway.
Totally. All right, Adrian.
I am looking forward to your match against Paul Oyama. I'm going to be watching with much anticipation. And I know you're not allowed to say it, but I hope you beat his pants off him. I really do.
Well, you got to watch to find out. Maybe he beat the pants off me. We'll see. You're going to watch to find out. But I appreciate it, Adrian, and it's good talking to you. Thanks for coming back in to apologize and to talk to me. Good.
Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back to when you're back on again.
Okay, sounds good, man. Take care of yourself.
Take care, John. Bye-bye.
Bye. That was Adrian, pretty cool, calling in from the UK. He sent me some love about Liverpool as well before he got cut off the first time, saying how I must feel bad about it. I do. I mean, the team was going to be ending 30 years of trying to win the title, and wouldn't you know it would take a pandemic for us to be denied that opportunity, at least for now. We'll see going forward what happens. Hey, I've got over 140 all in here. Would love it if you get me to 140 likes, 150 likes. I appreciate that. That would be nice to kind of, before we wrap this thing up, to get to 150 likes. If any of you haven't liked the video, I'd appreciate if you swung that cursor over and hit like and gave me some love in that way on this Friday morning on Mornings with the Outlaw guy. We got one more guy waiting up in here, Nate Dogg. What's up, Nate?
What's up, man? Good to see you again, Rocha. How you doing?
Brother? Good,
man. Good to see you, man. I just want to say hi, see what's going on. And, every time I come on, it's the second time I've been on here, but the guy before me brought up something I wanted to bring up to you again. Okay. I know I wanted to wait to the end because I'm a wrestling fan too. So everybody that's not can kind of, tune out or do whatever now.
Oh, don't tune out. Don't tune out. Yeah.
Well, don't tune out. Give a like and then tune out.
Like and then yeah.
But anyways, I was going to talk to you because the last time I spoke to you, we were talking about the evolution of your character of the Outlaw.
Oh yeah.
And since you've been watching AEW, I was thinking like the MJF kind of character, the way he is, and kind of like that kind of like you were telling me last time, you wanted to evolve him to be like more kind of like money Rocha and kind of like a like the higher class kind of Rocha. I think that would fit you perfectly to give that kind of like suit, scarf, kind of like, kind of thing where you're just like, I'm bigger than everybody now, bigger than the britches. Have you done any like thought into during this downtime into the character and into evolving the Outlaw or anything yet?
Yeah, I mean, I think right now it is where it is. And I'm kind of enjoying, Nate, to be honest with you. It's been an interesting year because like for the first time ever, I feel kind of semi or mostly appreciated by the fandom. And I haven't always felt that way. I know in live matches, people have come out and said stuff to me personally and whatever, you get good responses, but the Facebook group hasn't always been the kindest to me, and other people and other situations like that on Twitter haven't always been the kindest to me. So, but what I've found that since that document, somehow last year, something started to turn and the documentary dropped early this year, and it kind of like got people to see the history and the legacy I have in the game. And it kind of humbled me a little bit to see how many people have actually were like, oh, I didn't even know that, or didn't even see that, didn't know, blah, blah. And to hear so many players come up and give me some love, it's been nice. What's that line in The Dark Knight? You stick around long enough to become the villain. Well, I stuck around long enough to become the hero. And that's really been a humbling situation for me. That being said, and it's been great. So I'm enjoying this for now. But with all the changes here, Nate, all the changes with schedule and what have you, I don't know how that's going to go down. But next year, I wouldn't be surprised if the Outlaw goes heel as one final goodbye to the game, like full on. Because these guys think, like Andrew Guy and Kalinowski and Ben, they all think they've been great heels. But if I go OG heel, they're basically going to look like those guys at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm going to eviscerate them in so many ways.
I think in a lot of respects, you were the first. You were the first heel, and when you were a heel, you weren't known. You weren't the Outlaw. You weren't the Rocha that everybody knows now.
Right.
So in turn, would it be hard for you to gather that heat? Like, I understand that you want to be a heel, but it's kind of like that gray area, right? Like, would you be able to fully get the heat from the fan base? Do you think you could again?
Oh yeah, I think so. Because I think people love to. I think people love to hate me, Nate. I think there are some people who have that thing. They have that thing inside them. As much as they respect and enjoy what I've done in the league, I think there are some people who turn that switch they quickly and go, "Oh, good, I get to hate him now. Oh, thank God." And so then I do those and I play with those things, and I think I'd become a powerful anti-hero, kind of like The Rock did when he came back and was Hollywood Rock when he went to heel a second time. I think I could make that happen. And I changed my theme music, my whole behavior. Don't even know if I'd have a manager, or maybe I'd just drop
Matt the stock exchange. You got to get the Brain Team top 10 back, but not as a team, but him as a mouthpiece, man. He's great as a mouthpiece.
Oh yeah, and there's no
bring Matt Nose back in. I think that would bring like a lot of fans. I don't even know if a lot of people know Matt Nose anymore. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the new generation of fans.
In the Schmodown. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah. I mean, Matt, they call Sheridan the assassin, but no one's quicker on the draw than Nost.
Oh my God. He had so many good promos back in the day. Oh my goodness.
I mean, just remember the team, when we faced the Patriots, That one line he gave before we even started, he looked at the dudes and he goes, "I thought Black was supposed to be slimming. What's going on here, guys?" It was brilliant.
So good, so good. Now I know he's on the other channel we can't talk about anymore.
Oh,
but hopefully you can get him back in a just a little cameo or something. That'd be awesome.
He's only part time on that channel, but yeah, if he ever wanted to do the Schmodown, he could totally come and do the Schmodown.
Oh, I'm sure he could.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my last thing, I know that you we're talking about WrestleMania beforehand, and I know that a lot of the matches aren't going to be as exciting, but I feel the match that's going to benefit is going to be the Edge and Randy Orton match. I think will benefit it completely. I think in a no arena, kind of like the Rock and Mankind did with the empty arena brawl they did back in the Super Bowl match. I think Edge and Orton could tear up that PC place and have a good go with it. I think that's the best match of the card that would benefit. I don't know what you think.
That's not a bad idea, to be honest. I think your analysis on that is absolutely correct. I think for two reasons. One, they're veterans, and so they've seen it all. They've done it all. And maybe they do, maybe they watch that Rock Mankind match, and for them, it's like they do their version of it as an homage to that match, because that match is legendary for so many reasons. And
incredible.
That crane going down and him going, no, all of hitting him with the pallet on top of him was genius.
They could do so much with it. And give them, because there's nobody there and because of the 2 days, you can give them half an hour and they can wreck that PC up and just have a ball with it.
Vince quietly might have made a brilliant move by stretching it over 2 days. So, shout out to him.
Yeah. Shout out to his team, man. Cause he's been getting talked in the air. Vince is a stubborn SOB, man. He wanted to go with it as far as he could, but anyways, awesome. Yeah, man. I appreciate the time, dude. I know we're running like on 3 minutes left. And, just want to shout out, man.
Thank you, Nate. I appreciate you chiming in, brother, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, of course, dude. Of course. And, much love, man. I don't know what you've been binging as much of lately. If you're doing any kind of like Batman runs or any kind of like animated TV shows, or are you watching anything animated? You doing any Disney Plus?
Animated? No, not right now. Right now, we just got into Umbrella Academy, so I'm sharing that with my girlfriend. She's never seen it, so I'm watching her watch it. So to me, that's the joy right now. But trust me, I've got ideas for what I wanted. Now that we understand that we're going to be on lockdown for a bit, I think my schedule, my girlfriend and I got to sit down over the weekend and kind of create a production schedule for me about what I could be focusing on time, and then like generating reviews, my own mini reviews, retro reviews, I kind of want to call them, of these films or of these TV shows. And certainly the animated stuff could be fun. Yuri Lowenthal is a friend of mine, and he voiced a number of characters on Young Justice. He's the voice of Spider-Man and Peter Parker on the PS4 game. So Yuri and I have been talking, we've been chatting back and forth that we want to do something together. So maybe there's a review with Yuri where we review
that'd be great
episodes on Young Justice or whatever that he's done. So that could be
Young Justice. I got to catch up on Harley Quinn. I've heard that's amazing.
It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, absolutely.
Birds of Prey, I wasn't a big fan of. Batman's my heart. Like he's got my soul. So like them doing Harley kind of dirty in that movie, kind of like left a stain on me. But I gotta watch the show though. You gotta
watch the show. It's not Birds of Prey. Trust me on that. Yeah.
There we go.
Thanks, Nate. I appreciate it, man. Enjoy the match later. Talk to you later.
Oh yes, sir. Later.
All right, bye. All right, there you go. That's Nate Dogg. Always appreciate him chiming in. Thank you all so much for tuning in for Mornings with the Outlaw this morning. I'm going to wrap it up real quick because I don't want to step on Christian and SCN Live at all. Please remember to subscribe to me down there in the YouTube channel. Please hit subscribe. Also, give me as many likes you can on this episode, and follow me on all social media at The Rocha Says. See that Patreon down there? Is it? Yeah, www.patreon.com/John Rocha. Trust me, with the lockdown, there's going to be a lot of stuff going down with the Patreon. Now that I'm understanding how to work Discord, I've got people like John Mariano, Wiley Todd, and other people, and Suge Knight, other people helping Ferris Bethune, other people like involved in the Patreon. That's going to be fun to see what's coming down the pike. So there's definitely going to be new content coming down for all the Patreon fans who've been there. We're going to have a nice little conversation with each other. Please take care of yourselves as you go into this situation. The coronavirus is serious. It is really happening. So please wash your hands, put on the masks if you're sick, take care of yourself, and most of all, jump on over to SCN Live now and watch Christian as he starts the show, and enjoy the show with Christian. Enjoy him. He's going to make you laugh. He's going to take your mind off things. That's really important. And always do what you need to do to like kind of deal with this stuff. Take a walk, take a jog, take a hike, ride your bike, just drive somewhere for an hour and kind of just detox if it gets too tough for you. But whatever you need to do to kind of deal with everything that's happening going on, please do that and take care of yourself. It's important so you can be strong enough for the other people in your life when they're confronting their fears and their anxieties. And don't forget, I'm always here. Reach out if you need to. Let's talk. I turned on my DMs on my Twitter as well. So I know some people maybe have discovered that over the last few days. If you need something, need some help, we can chat for a little bit in that way. All right, take care. Love you all. Thanks for watching Mornings with the Outlaw this Friday. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy SCN Live and look forward to more content from me coming down the pike on this Outlaw Nation YouTube channel. Take care. Until then, much love to all of you. And don't forget my match with Paul Oyama later on today on the SCN network for the Schmodown. Don't forget to watch that. All right, that's it. Boom.